What is up, my Card Kingdom family? Kenji back for some more drafting here on Magic Online. We got some more of this Vintage Cube ahead of us. That's right, Vintage Cube. Everything we love and... yeah, everything we love and enjoy. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And you can check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card needs. Quick glance, pick one, pack one. We didn't open any power, so we have to cry a little bit about that. But what did we open? Maybe a Brain Freeze. I kind of like forcing some Storm here right off the bat. Let's do something a little bit spicy. I'm going to first pick the Brain Freeze. And cards we are going to be mainly on the lookout for are like Lion's Eye Diamond and Underworld Breach. Breach being the biggest of them. Yawgmoth's Will is still in the cube and is good. But Breach, when you have Brain Freeze, is the bread and butter, the bee's knees, the best that you can get. And that is a really bad pack 2 for a Storm deck, let me tell you right now. Ooh, best Stormy cards here. Maybe a little bit of Interaction. Bone Crusher. Mystic Forge. No, this is a miserable follow-up to a pick one, pack one Brain Freeze. I guess the best card here is just Bone Crusher Giant, which seems weird, but probably correct. Wow. That is brutal. Okay, I guess I'll take the Bone Crusher Giant and be a little bit upset. Okay, right back on track. Got one of the 2 cards I was looking for. That is the Lion's Eye Diamond. You can often take this card later, as in try to wheel it, but I'm planning on jumping right into the Storm deck. So Brain Freeze, Lion's Eye Diamond. If we can get Underworld Breach at any point in time, those 3 cards alone are good enough for a deck. So with Underworld Breach, that's the 2-mana enchantment that allows you to cast cards in your graveyard by also additionally exiling 3 cards from your graveyard. So with Brain Freeze, you can effectively mill your entire library, casting a Lion's Eye Diamond to net a bunch of mana as well, and then you can just Brain Freeze your opponent out or something like that. So getting 2 of the 3 important cards already is fantastic. Pick 4, we have a Channel here. A Brainstorm is okay. A Daze. I guess we can take Channel as just another busted card. I don't think it's particularly awesome in Storm decks necessarily, but it still has a lot of upside as just one of the more busted cards in Cube. And now we'll take Imperial Seal for a little bit of tutor action. When you're trying to find your combo pieces, you love to have tutor effects. So Imperial Seal, a good pickup otherwise. Oh, you know what we could do? We could Luris Companion with Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, maybe that's more fun. Let's do that. Let's plan on companioning Luris. And that's just so insane with the Lion's Eye Diamond. Now we can take the Talisman of Unity here. We can also take Toxic Deluge. So none of our permanents can be more than 2 mana cost, but conveniently Underworld Breach is a 2 if we can get that. I'm guessing Toxic is going to be a little bit better here than a green-white Talisman. Wasteland, Thirst. Let's take the Thirst for a little bit of interaction, just like the Toxic. Chartacourse, Snapcaster, Badlands, all very good. Kind of dig taking the Snapcaster here. It's another nice one with Brain Freeze. Snapcaster Brain Freeze is only 6 mana, and it doesn't take very much Storm to get the Brain Freeze lethal, right? Snuff Out's another pretty nice free spell. Interaction. I oftentimes don't have too much interaction in my Storm decks, but this is already quite a bit of interaction. The Snuff Out, the Toxic, and the Thirst. Oh, this is exciting. Vindicate, Grasp. I guess we could take Oath of Druids if we wanted to try some more combo. I don't really need this much removal. I think the Grasp is actually the worst of the removal spells we've taken now, so we're probably going to put that into the side. Devoted Druid, Wrenn and 6, those are all whatever. Call of the Ring is just... I don't think I've ever seen anybody play Call of the Ring in Vintage Cube. Magic Online oftentimes puts in cards from newer sets just to have them in the cube. Their playability be damned. Fire Covenant, though, I mean, we are loading up on just fantastic removal. This is kind of like a Toxic Deluge. As an additional cost to casting, rather, you pay X life, and then deal X damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures. So very similar to Toxic. I think Toxic is generally better. It's one color, and it kills more creatures generally, plus, I guess it's a sorcery, but Brain Freeze, Lion Eye, Lurrus. So with 3 lands and Lion's Eye Diamond, you can do some really good stuff, right? Wow, we're wheeling Exhume too. Backdoor Reanimator, always a viable option, but with 3 lands, let's see. Like you play the LED, you use the LED to bring Lurrus to your hand, then you play the Lurrus, then you replay the LED. Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess that doesn't do anything by itself without having Breach or whatever, but and an Elder Gargaroth. All right, let's go to pack 2. Let's open the goods. No, I said the goods. Chromox versus Watery Grave are our only 2 options. I think I want the Chromox more than I want the Fixing, but that's probably close. It's kind of hard to pass up accelerants like Chromox in a Storm/Lurrus deck. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Now we have oh, Shoulder. Oh no, Shouldered is so sick. But that would mean not playing Lurrus, and I think the upside of Lurrus is worth it. So I will say this though, what other choices are there in this pack for me? Like Pest Infestation, probably, but more likely than not, Helm of Awakening is the card that we would end up playing. So I bet you I can take the Sholdred and then wheel the Helm of Awakening. Because in the off chance that I don't end up playing Lurrus Companion, the Shoulder is just so much better than anything else there. Okay, we can play Dark Confidant, no problem. Our mana cost should be pretty low because of the Lurrus. We are losing on a Xander's Lounge, but that's okay, I think. Xander's Lounge, though, would be insane if we can get that Underworld Breach. There's a Yawgmoth's Will. That's still really, really nice with Lion's Eye Diamond and Brain Freeze, so we're not going to look that up. Look that up? That's not what I meant to say, but you know what I mean. Blood Crypt, Pented Prism, also really, really good here. It's an easy will. Yeah, this is looking real nice. Bob Marr for Dark Confidant, and Tiago Chan for Snapcaster Mage. 2 different invitational cards as we get a lovely Lotus Petal here. Some more good fixing. I have to be a little bit careful. Like, I've passed a lot of good fixing already, and I'm sure at the end of the draft I'm going to be like, okay, I wish I just had some fixing, but this start that we have is just so good. And we can just be solid, straight up blue-black, right? If I don't end up getting something like that Underworld Breach or the Wheel of Fortune or whatever. But in the cube, you do not see every card. It could very well be that the Underworld Breach doesn't get opened, and so we're going to have to bank on some other cards, but having the Will with LED, still great. I would guess I'm probably going to end up cutting some number of removal spells here, and then maybe sideboarding them in and just have like a really good sideboard for creature decks. Like Toxic, I'd probably start in the main. Same thing with Snuff Out, but could easily end up cutting the Thirst. This is good. This is a really good. Ooh, yeah, look at that pack. Another crazy solid pack here for us. Talisman of Indulgence for black-red fixing, Hymn to Turok, Urza's Saga, just a backup win con that tutors for one of our artifacts later on. Ledger Shredder's pretty good too. You can't play lands with Lurrus because this is cast a permanent spell, yeah. Ah, Saga's insane. But that's kind of off of our game plan. If I'm brain freezing and I'm not doing tendrils, I wonder if I should just take the Talisman of Indulgence here instead. Or the Hymn. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with the Hymn for hand interaction. Oh, man. Thoughtseize or Wheel of Fortune. That's tough. I think we need the draw 7 effect, though. I think the wheel is just a little bit too good, but Thoughtseize is amazing too. Oh, there's Tendrils. Okay. I could take Tendrils here over the Creeping Tar Pit and once again just say, fixing be damned. Sure. Hey, we wheeled the Watery Grave. All right, getting vindicated. Helm of Awakening. We were expecting that to come back around. Urborg isn't awful fixing. Not in the slightest. Yeah. Actually, it's really good fixing. Pentad Prism and Talisman of Hierarchy, both good as well. I think because we have the Wheel of Fortune now, I'm going to take the Pentad. But if I was just on straight up black-blue, the Talisman probably would serve a little bit better. Oh man, this is turning disgusting. I am missing some tutor effects. And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I lost out on Wishclaw Talisman in the first pack. And then we saw the Imperial Seal as well, right? So gonna need to find some more tutors, but our base here is kind of nuts, and it's not going to take too many more cards to make this something legendary. How good is the Lurrus right now besides the LED, the Lotus Petal? Chrome Mox isn't generally going to hit the graveyard unless I discard it. Snapcaster, same thing. All right. And there ends pack number 2. We are a little bit short on playables in actual deck, right? Because 2 of these are lands and Lurrus is going to be in the companion area. Opened a Mox Diamond. That's another really good one here. Passing a Thirst. Misty grabs Watery. There's a Time Warp that would be fine. And Inquisition's great as well. So, the number 1 card we can get at this point is just Underworld Breach, right? Like, if we had the choice between Underworld Breach and Black Lotus, well, I would take Black Lotus, of course, but I would be sad. If anything, Breach should wheel. If we did see it and we had that option, but so maybe a little bit of red fixing would be good now, but we have Mox Diamond, Lotus Petal, LED, and Pentad Prism. So actually, without even any red sources, any red lands, I should say, we have 4 sources of red for the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Spell Pierce, Zern or Blackcleave Cliffs Cabal Ritual. This is where I could take the Blackcleave Cliffs, certainly, and probably end up wheeling the Ritual. I'm just wondering if I want to take the Spell Pierce and wheel the Ritual instead. Because again, like I said, even though I do need lands, I'm at like 16-ish playable cards right now, which would mean I need to pick up a decent handful here to get 23 or 24 cards in the deck. Spell Pierce versus Blackcleave and wheeling the Cabal. Little bit tough, but I think I want the spell. Okay, we're going to have to take Consider here over Dream Halls. Dream Halls wouldn't be that good in this deck anyways. It'd be mainly for black cards, which that's not really the combo pieces we're looking for. Oh man, we had such a good start, but it looks like we might be fizzling a little bit. Entomb is okay with Lurrus. I can entomb my Lion's Eye Diamond. There's a High Tide here that really doesn't do too much. There's a Sylvan Library that I don't think we'd want to splash. Ugh. Yeah, let's take the High Tide. Citadel, Duress. Those are both decent. Oh, I can't take Citadel. Ooh, almost made a mistake there. I forgot we're companioning Luris, so I guess this is just a Duress. What pick is this? This is pick 5. Oh, I'm gonna need to get like Vampiric Tutor and Underworld Breach or something to feel really confident, because the wheels are starting to fall off here. There's a Time Spiral. I mean, that's good. Also a Talisman of Dominance. Yeah, another draw 7 is great. It's just probably not the card we were looking for all that much. There's Fact or Fiction, and that's pick 8. No, this is pick 7. One more chance at Underworld Breach. But again, I will say, since we have the Yawgmoth's Will LED, we still have a good way to get there. So maybe it's just the fact that I'm missing a lot of card draw. Yeah, maybe Foff was actually just fantastic. And we are just at about enough playables as well. We can probably use 2 more, since we can shave 1 land, certainly, with the pool that we have. Knight's Whisper, Talisman of Impulse, Swamp Womp. Okay, let's take the card draw here over the red Talisman. Sorry, Crab. No hard evidence this time. So this deck is going to need to draw well, is basically what it's going to come down to. We pick up Aspara's Headquarters here on the wheel. Sorry, Time Warp here on the wheel. Did get the Cabal Ritual back. That's good. Some more fast mana. So like I said, I think I'm going to end up cutting the Thirst, add the Ritual, and that'll be our 24 non-land cards that we play. Urtai we can't play with Luris Companion. So the plan is just to draw well. The lack of tutors here is probably going to kill us. I have a couple of big draw effects, the Spiral, the Foff, the Wheel of Fortune, but no tutors for them means that this deck is going to just need to naturally draw them. And we don't have the luxury of having Brain Freeze, Underworld Breach for like the free roll wins, so won't be impossible. It'll just be a little bit more difficult than we wanted, probably. Wow, it's hard to read. This creature can be this deck's companion. So unlike Arena, I don't add it to my main, right? I'm pretty sure you leave it in your sideboard and it will populate itself into the deck. So double check, our red sources are Lion's Eye, Petal, Diamond, and Pentad. So like 1 mountain, maybe tops. We want to run a lot of islands for High Tide. We don't actually need that many black sources, or not as many as it would seem, because you don't need the black until you're really going off on the Tendrils turn. And we do have the backup Brain Freeze as well. So a lot of islands is going to be ideal. Oh, they changed the UI. Oh, you can. That's right. You can select the type of land now you want to play as well. So Daybreak Games has updated the ways that you can play your lands. We're going to go with Tempest. I don't know if you can set these as your default or if they change every single time, but I'm a big fan of Tempest era because that's basically when I started playing Magic. Wait, why are there 2 different Tempest set symbols? Interesting. All right. So now let's see. 6, 7, 1, that would be 14. That's what I get. We are going to go up 1 blue, down 1 black. Cool. All right. We get to have our very own basics. Little Force Storm action here in the vintage Cube Qs. Got a nice Luris companion as well, so let's give this baby a shot. I'll see you in round 1. Alrighty, here we are for round 1 of this vintage cube with our Luris companion Storm. How is our opening hand looking? Not too shabby. We have 3 castable spells and 2 uncastables, both of which draw 7s, but it's an easy keep for me, I think. You recognize the name. What does it mean? What name? Looks like the opponent took a mulligan. Plains. Plains and a Giver of Runes. Okay. So we're gonna need to probably snuff out the Giver of Runes. Unless they decide to attack with it and then play something else. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and pop off the Giver of Runes here. Mox Diamond, that was a pretty hot draw step too. But do we need to play that out right now? I think I'm just gonna go Urborg with Dark Confidant here and pass. I'm assuming their game plan now that they played the Saga is probably just to play land plus animate or activate. Oh, did not expect a Dark Slick Shores though. All right, Bob, draw me some cards, baby. Oh, you drew me a Tendrils? One of the worst cards you could have hit. All right, let's go for the hymn instead of returning Luris to hand. They had a Spell Pierce. Okay, but that's fine because now they can't activate their Urza Saga, so I get to attack for 2. I'm actually just hoping they make a creature here instead of floating for mana. Beautiful. Sensei's Divining Top and a Karakas. All right. Karakas does hose the Luris a little bit, but oh well. Watery Grave, good. Finding a land there was great. Awkwardly, I am going to shock myself here because we do want to get islands online for High Tide. So I'm already at 10. There is the possibility of us like just wanting to fire off a baby Tendrils in a sense, just to gain a little bit of life back. I almost wonder if I should trade the Dark Confidant off if the Construct token attacks and they haven't played another artifact. Jace, that's fine. Yeah, I think we probably do at this point. Oh, no, they didn't even want to do that. Okay, well then we can FOF. Wow, those are some insane hits. They're going to put Yawgmoth's Will versus everything else? They could. Yeah, we're going to take the pile with everything not Yawgmoth's Will since we have Time Spiral in our hand. High Tide revealed off of Dark Confidant. Wow, we still didn't find another island, though. I can probably try to go off this turn. So we go like black, blue, Pentad Prism, land, Lotus, High Tide. I think we like firing off the Spiral here. Oof. And we are getting hard punished because I bricked off hard. Wow, that is brutal. Holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, I might have made a big mistake here for sure. I'm willing to believe that since I had a lot of the gas already in my hand. Wow, this was a big fizzle. Mox Jet and a Snapcaster Mage randomly discarded. Okay, that was really bad. So I went for the greedy play because Time Spiral could have hit a win con there, or a way to win immediately there, but instead we hit a lot of garbage. Look at the lands. Extremely bad. I could have waited. I could have just played Pentad Prism and passed. We had so much action in our hand that that was a viable play for sure. All right, they played out the pedal to pump up their token. No blocks here for me. I guess I might as well snuff this out. And the reason is I'm going to lose 3 life to it anyways if it hits me, so I might as well pay 4 instead. Oh, do they have their Spell Pierce again? Yeah. I think I just jumped the gun. All right, loot with Jace. They're going to play out Mentor. Okay. Bob reveals. Lotus Petal. Nice. Land, not nice. I'm going to do this for 3, just to play it safe in case they have a way to trigger the Mentor here. Yep. Oh, can they draw Force of Will? They have a blue card in their hand? Awesome. Wow, they could double spell off that, and they discarded Urza. All right, good beats. So, went a little bit too aggro maybe with my Time Spiral turn. And then the opponent had a way to double spell off of 1 land there, so. Yeah, I just needed to be a little bit more patient. And we probably would have been all right. We don't really have much of a sideboard. I can bring in like Thirst for Jace and Mentor, but I think we just need to keep our plan active. Good beats, that's on me. Went a little bit too aggro. Let's see if we can get there this time instead. Yeah, this is a good hand. I'm going to go with turn 1 Dark Confidant. Certainly. We have 2 of our most expensive cards already in our hand, so a lot less likely that we immediately get wrecked here. So they have their turn 1 top. Good. So seeing both Force of Will and Spell Pierce from the opponent, and Snapcaster Mage, I guess, is pretty bad for us. Storm is great, but it can sometimes fold just to a few pieces of interaction. Ooh, the Foundry. Okay. Come on, Bob. Nice. There's LED to go along with the Luris, so that's beautiful. Now let's put Luris in our hand this turn. There's their Saga again. That'll be a quick clock with the Foundry and whatnot. Oh, they have Time Walk too? Wow. So they have Time Walk, they have Mox Jet, they have Snapcaster. Holy crap. That is also not going to make it very easy. I mean, that's Vintage Cube. Sometimes you open power and your opponent doesn't sometimes, vice versa, right? We're in one of those positions where our opponent has what appears to be pretty strong cards, and we don't have that same complement to the deck. Okay, these are some good hits. I'm going to start going for a little bit of action here. Let's lose the Consider and just go for Time Warp this turn. A little bit worse than their Time Walk, but... Okay. Island revealed. So we can go for a little bit of nonsense. Let's go for High Tide. LED. Let's get the Luris online. Can play the Petal from the graveyard. Then we are going to go for Spiral here. And I'm not going to LED in response, because if they counter the Spiral, then I lose my Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so they can go grab something off of the tutor. Force of Will, then they're going to draw with top or draw with Jace. Oh, wait, they looted it away. Wait. They looted the Force away. Oh, I think they might have messed up there. We're at Storm 6 now? That should just be a win. Snuff out the Jace. High Tide. Brain Freeze. Snapcaster Brain Freeze is GG's. Nice. All right. Unless they, I mean, they could have sideboarded in some Eldrazi or something weird, but given that I didn't show Brain Freeze game 1, I showed them Tendrils, that would be a much less likely scenario, I think. And we can always Brain Freeze ourselves if we need to, and then Yawgmoth's Will to combo off again, you know? So they're just giving me a look at their entire deck. And that's really bad. They have the Spell Pierce and Force of Will that we know about, but they also have a Relic of Progenitus. I have to say this is probably not a great matchup for us. The Toxic doesn't look actually as good now after seeing those mills, and it's probably better just to run like the Thirst. It's cheaper, it can still pop off the Jace. Not a great matchup, I think, but at least we got to do the thing there for the second game. That's a pretty weak looking hand. But I think that this might actually be good enough interaction. Spell Pierce into Snapcaster Spell Pierce is pretty strong. Good. A little bit of interaction for a Jace now. Yeah, perfect. All right, we have the Thirst for the Jace. No need to Mox Diamond yet. Not going to counter Spell Pierce. Preordain with Spell Pierce. Can't talk today. The Relic! That's bad. Okay, well now we have a problem. I will Spell Pierce the top. Sheesh, that's not good. Hmm. Wonder if I just flash out Snapcaster Mage. Oh no, they have a Murktide Regent as a 5/5? Oh god. We're gonna need to draw some business here quickly. That's a good hit. That's a great hit. Okay. We really hope they don't have a counter here for this Fact or Fiction. I was almost debating if I wanted to main phase it. It's fine. Alright, there's Spiral. Hmm. I'm lightweight tempted still just to take the lands, but I guess I kind of need to take the Spiral, don't I? So we can go Diamond, Petal. So I will untap one fewer land, but I also still get to play a land as well. Wow, the last card was a blue card and Force of Will. That is so disgusting. Jeez. That's unlucky. Okay, good beats. Pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess we can duress here. It did not run out Saheeli. So I guess I'm just going to go for Snapcaster Mage Consider. Oh, they're going to pop off the relic, so now we get to do it. In response. All right. I need to draw Wheel of Fortune. I think that's my out. Jeez, another way to exile some cards. But Wheel of Fortune could still get there. Nope, and that's not it. All right, GG's, good beats. Yeah, so might have messed up game one for sure. Went off a little bit too early, but they had a lot of good cards against specifically Storm. So, unfortunate round one loss. Let's go to the next and see if we can pull off a 2-1 at least. Let's go to round number 2 here. Vintage Cube with Storm. Pretty nice opening hand, feels good. Lots of cheap interaction and card draw. One island with High Tide, not the greatest, but it is what it is. Mountain Ragavan turn 1? Oh no! Oh, we're gonna get wrecked by the turn 1 monkey. Jeez. Oh, gosh. Well, that's good beats. You know what I like to say? That's magic, baby. At least they didn't hit anything good. Hit a swamp. Top. I'm gonna let that resolve and then consider, I guess, instead. Man, turn 1 Ragavan is so sick. Gonna need to find Snuff Out, and then we can bring in Thirst from the sideboard for game 2 or 3, or, yeah. We'll keep a Mox Diamond, it seems good. $16 and Whisper. It's maybe a little bit greedy to discard the mountain, because if they somehow kill my diamond, then I won't have a red source, but I think we want to keep the blue and the black. Well, with High Tide in our hand, we definitely want to keep the islands. They stole my Lotus Petal! They have so much mana now. Oh, so sick. Hey, another Urza Saga player, too. So remember, in leagues, you do not play against your pod. So clearly we're playing against people in different, that were in different pods themselves, right? Because you can't have 2 people in the same pod that have Urza Saga. Oh, I hope they cast like a 4 or 5 mana Planeswalker here. Light up a stage. Alright, I'm just going to Spell Pierce that. If they want to sacrifice 2 treasures to keep their top, whatever. Oh, wow, they are. Okay. Hey, I'm pretty happy with that, I think. And they used my pedal too, so the Lurrus has a little bit more value again. So maybe just cast the Hellkite that's revealed off Light Up the Stage. As much as this sucks, I probably just have to take another hit from Ragavan too. I'm going to die in like 2 or 3 turns anyways. So the way I'm going to win this is... Oh, well, okay. I take it back. I take it back. It didn't matter. We're going to need to find High Tide now. Sorry, Time Spiral now. That would have been a really good hit for us too. We needed to find one of our draw 7s, but Spiral is technically better than Wheel. And that is lethal. All right, well. Oh, the next card! God, we would have hit with Dark Confidant. God damn it. Maybe Grasp should come in versus them as well. Spell Pierce seemed like medium tier. I hope I don't go 0-3 here. All right, on to the next game. Another nice opening hand. We've got the LED with the Lurrus too. This is actually a fantastic opening hand. You know what we could do here? We could go land, diamond, LED, Cabal Ritual, return Lurrus to my hand with LED, and then play out Lurrus with the mana, and then play the LED back out, but then I'm hellbent, so probably just going to go with turn 1, Knight's Whisper. Probably getting a little too cute otherwise. All right, no turn 1 monkey this time. Let's just return Lurrus to our hand. Say go. Probably just going to Snapcaster Mage the Night's Whisper next turn would be my guess. OP is on a very slow hand this time too, so that's perfect for us. Oh yeah, there we are. There we are, there we are. Wow, we can almost just go off here if we wanted to, can't we? I don't need to quite yet, but it's definitely a viable line. A little bit more setup action. High tides the nuts. Seasoned Pyro. All right, I like this start from my opponent a lot better than the previous one. Land and Mind collapse the discards. So they're only going to get one extra token. Graveyard. So we get to go off next turn. Is there a way I can Cabal Ritual for 7 in response to Spiral? I don't think there is. I don't really care if they kill Lurrus at this point. That's not a big deal. We don't have anything in our graveyard currently. Sure, that's fine. Okay. If I had a tutor, that would work, but no. It looks like we're just going to have to go Cabal Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond, Spiral. And let's float blue here. That's 4 spells. Pretty weak. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugh. I mean, I guess it's what we do. Oh, I don't even have enough to cast the Blood Chief's Thirst because I'm missing black now. That's funny. All right, just a baby tendrils. If nothing else, that gives us probably time, but... So our time spiral is gone, but we still have like Wheel of Fortune plus Yawgmoth's Will, so... I mean, I did just give them a full fresh hand of 7 cards. Pretty freaking weak, I would say. Oh, thank God. Inferno Titan revealed off of Chandra, but they're 1 mana off of casting it. Kiki Jiki Pyromancer is real good. Okay. Wonder if they have a Zealous Conscripts in their deck to go infinite. Discarding top and a land there. No big deal. All right, Dark Confidant, if you could draw me Wheel of Fortune, that would be fantastic. land and a grasp. All right, I mean, that's not terrible. We can grasp the Pyromancer, thirst the token, kill Chandra, and hit him for 2. That's at least a start. Possible that killing the Kiki Jiki is stronger, but yeah, I don't think so. So now Yawgmoth's Will would just win for reflashing back the tendrils and whatnot, right? Yawgmoth's Will, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, High Tide, yeah. Laylee is fantastic. Attacking with Kiki Jiki. Laylee hits Firebolt! Oh, God! That's gonna kill my Dark Confidant. 100%, right? That's brutal. Yeah. Well, shoot. Gonna need to draw well here. You know, I think we have a problem. That kind of feels like bad luck. 10 of our lands now. What can you do, though? Man, their best play is animating Ravine with 6 cards in their hand. That's so... No, that doesn't work. Yeah. So when you copy a land that's been animated, it just turns into the land. You don't get another creature with it. And they will still have to sacrifice it at end of turn. Even if... That would have been a weird play even if it did work out how they wanted, because the Laelia was going to eat something. They should have probably just attacked with Laelia, seen what they hit. Okay, I am at 8. Come on, deck. Chance. Are you kidding? Golly. I'm not sure who I made mad, but I'm getting punished. Sure, Burst Lightning. All right. And with that, we die. Foff was the first thing that would have been helpful. Wow, what a beating. Okay, well, we're 0-2. I guess we'll play the last round for funsies and hope it works out, but yikes. All right, for pity points, the third and final round of this Vintage Cube draft with our Luris Storm deck. And how do we feel about this hand? I think we have to be extremely greedy with a deck like this, and we just have to hope that we draw well, because our deck doesn't have the tutors it needs. So I'm going to keep a hand like this, which has good mana. And we just need to find, you know, one of our big card draw effects. Looks like turn 3, I'm probably just going to put Luris in my hand. Black-green land. But they played this as their second land, so they might not have any lands left in their deck. Deeproot Wayfinder with the peatlands, kind of cool. Or lands in their hand, rather. In fact, gosh, I'm extremely tempted to just toxic away that that deep root. I think I'm going to. That might have been their entire game plan. Again, if they're playing Peatland as their second land, either they have tap lands in their hand or they didn't have a land. Yeah, I think they just drew that island. Furthermore, I can always Snapcaster the Toxic if they run out a bunch more creatures anyways. Grief on turn 3. That's not so bad. It's not an exile, it's a discard. The Snapcaster and the Mox I can lure us back. The Tendrils and Ritual weren't doing much currently anyways. And they did opt to just take the snaps, that's fine. It's a good draw. Alright, let's put Lurrus into our hand this turn. I think we're going to wait a turn or two on the Wheel of Fortune. If I miss on a land next turn, I'll probably cast it. I'd probably still want to just play out the Lurrus first. Oh, okay. Well, they're going to fire off a draw 7 for me. And my hand is garbage. Wow. I know we needed to get lucky with this deck, but we are on the very opposite side of luck right now. This is bad deck with bad draws equals bad time. Oh. Okay. That's fair. There is something humorous about getting completely savagely wrecked, I guess. Hopefully this is just a creature and not... Well, it technically is a creature, but one that I can toxic away is what I was intending. Okay, that's a start. A little bit of card draw action here. Sure, that's not the end of the world. So play out the Prism and pass. Gonna take 4 down to 8. We'll probably need to Toxic next turn. And then we could Snap Whisper as well. I would have to use one of my Pentat count. Wow! Okay, this is just So not only do I have a bad deck with bad draws, but a lot of my opponents have multiple pieces of power. This is now comical. Yowza. Wait, what? They're gonna come. Are they gonna Mind Twist me? Please no. I can't handle that right now. Regrowth Time Twister! Do I flash out my Snapcaster Mage and use? I don't even think I do. That was, once again, the stone cold worst. They redraw their Lotus. Wait, if they cast too many spells, I can brain freeze them out. Oh no. Oh god, wait. Please cast a non-creature. I should have probably spell pierced the Oh yes, okay. Oh my gosh, we do it. They have 24 cards left. We can brain freeze for 8 currently. Oh wait a minute, they have 3 pieces of power. They have Time Twister too. Oh, this is insane. They've stormed off hard enough that I'm gonna get to brain freeze them out. This is unbelievable. Actually incredible. Sure, I'll discard a card. Yep, I'm at 8. You know, I was saying something about being extremely unlucky, but all of the previous losses were worth this one game where my Sultai opponent managed to combo themselves out in a sense. You know, the cherry on top would be if they have a random Eldrazi in their deck. Fast Bond, Talisman. So they do have some weird tutor action going on. But yeah, we just pass the turn and say good luck. Oh my god, how did we win? That is insane. All right, Bone Shards and Grasp looks like they want to come in. So same thing with Thirst. The Snuff Out looks pretty bad versus all their black creatures. The Toxic seemed medium tier. Wait, bringing in some other better removals. I can just cut the Time Warp here. Dude, that's funny. That's too good. All of the losses were worth that one win. I think this is a keep on the draw. We already know this deck needs to get lucky, so let's get lucky. Don't do this to me. There's their Deeproot Wayfinder turn 1 again. Okay. Actually, you know what? Seeing as how they have a Spiral in their deck, I'm probably supposed to run out Lion's Eye Diamond so they can't, or rather, so it doesn't get reshuffled in. The biggest concern I have is that they showed a Leovold. Wow. Are you kidding? Now I'm getting punished by playing it out because they had the Terra Sunder instead. We did see that last game too. Oh, and losing LED is like one of the worst things possible for my deck. That's like one of the true busted cards that can get me out of scenarios. Okay, well, back to living in pain. Truly incredible. Damn, more ways to ruin my graveyard. That's really rude. I guess I should be thankful they haven't hit lands off the top. There goes their Fast Bond. All right, Bob. What you got for me? Dude. Well, when you draw power, I guess. No blue source. This is a click? Oh, okay. Sure. I have a feeling they're supposed to not take a single card from my hand. They took the Fact or Fiction, and I can't punish them because I didn't draw a blue source there. All right, we're running out the Helm of Awakening because YOLO. That was a really strange take. Okay. Runs out the pedal. Yeah, hits me for 8. I got a 6. And now we're probably going to reveal Time Spiral off of the top, our one hit that can kill us. Because that would just be the most fitting thing to end it. Force of Vigor. Okay, you know what? I guess they have multiple things that punish me for running out Lion's Eye Diamond. This is definitely, they drew Time Spiral, right? Yeah, they did. Okay. Or Time Twister, rather. Our hand's close to good. Would be great if it had a Lion's Eye Diamond in it. Alright, there's Leo. High Tide. Is that good with 0 islands? Not particularly. Alright. Cast the Mox. I would somehow need to brain freeze them out for 9? Is that even possible here? How much mana do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5. High Tide. I guess I need to brain freeze myself. Brain freeze myself and hope to hit off of Yawgmoth's Will, but I don't even think this is possible since I lost the Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll see, though. Oh, please don't have Force in your hand. Three lands. Okay, there's Mox Diamond. Hold up. Blood Chief's Thirst. Wheel of Fortune. We can Yawgmoths for 2. Diamond. This is... Oh, I don't have an island. I don't have a land in my hand for Mox Diamond. This doesn't even work, does it? 5. We're so close, actually. I guess I can Knight's Whisper into something, maybe? 6. Do I have any more zeros? Oh, they have Leovold. That doesn't even work. Didn't matter. We can do it for 7. We actually got really close. So maybe I needed to Fa first and then pray? No, I don't think it would have mattered since the Lion's Eye was gone. If Leovold wasn't a May, that would be a win. But it's a May ability, right? Yeah. Alright. That was actually kind of close. In fact, I wonder if I'd had one more island already on the battlefield, if we would have been able to pull it off, because the High Tide would have given us enough mana. This seems like a terrible matchup, but let's go to game 3. All right, third and final game of the third and final round. We are trying to squeak out one match win. Oh, this hand has a lot of potential. This needs to draw a few lands off the top, but this hand has... No! They had to go! Oh, no! We ended up getting the free win. No! What a lackluster... Oh, anticlimactic way to end it. They had to leave or something. All right, well, this was a forced Storm deck. It was missing a couple of components, although I do think, excuse me, if it had those components, it would have actually been amazing. So, Underworld Breach, one of the biggest ones, and maybe 1 or 2 tutor effects would have been great. Like, it had a lot of the correct core cards. It just needed some of the supporting pieces to get those consistently, because you saw some of the games where we were just not drawing what we needed. So, in any case, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you back next week for some more.